Grab a beer and pull up a chair. Welcome to the Northwoods Beer Guy podcast. All right, so once again, it is myself, Mike, the Northwoods Beer Guy, and Jim.
Hello, everybody.
We made a trek east from where we were last time, and we are in Normal, Illinois. And I decided to bring Jim to a place. I've been here a couple of times before, but it just blows me away every time I've been here. We are at Destihl Brewing.
Yes.
In Normal, Illinois. Boy, I tell you, this facility is just crazy.
Wow. I think I asked Mike when we were walking in, Mike, how many cans of beer do I have to sell to build this place? Because it's huge.
No doubt. I mean, so when we got here and we were looking stuff up, we kind of got a little bit of a history on the brewery itself. And actually, it first started, the owner first started brewing in 1995. That his wife gave him a home brew kit. Nice. And he started making beer then. And then it kind of progressed from there. They had a Destihl restaurant and brew works that opened in Normal, November 23rd of 2007. Okay. So as an actual brewery, right, the company opened. Now, this is not that location. After they started that one, they had a lot of success there. And then they started to get some awards at the events and such, and kind of were getting some national attention. And so then in May of 2013, they commenced operation in GE warehouse buildings in Bloomington. And that was May 31st of 2013. They moved there. Okay. Yep. So it was a bigger area.
So they're gradually expanding.
Right.
Okay.
Yep. And then by the end of 2015, there was so much demand that they couldn't produce it enough in that facility. So June of 2016, construction began on this building. Wow. And these numbers are just crazy. It's a brewery and beer hall, and it's 47,000 square feet, and it was $15 million to build this facility.
It's huge, though.
It is crazy huge. And we'll post some pictures so people can see it. But I mean, we're sitting here looking into the brewing room, and you can see barrels, and you can see just the tanks. And
the tanks are huge.
Just huge. And they've got, even here, they've got like the big garage doors on the front. So they have outdoor patio. Oh, the one thing they said too was that the grounds, it's on 6 acres, and it's got like a pond in front of it. And
it's got some geese out there.
There's geese in the pond. They got a big picnic table type area where you can sit out on the patio when it's nice. Yeah, it is just crazy. I mean, we're surrounded. We're in like the brew house or the beer house or beer hall, and it's surrounded.
The other end didn't have like the barrel room.
Their actual barrel room is on the other end of the facility, so it is just crazy. So I was telling Jim when we were on the way down, I said, you won't believe this. This is a little bit bigger than the places that we've been so far. And I didn't lie, did I?
No, I mean, and this one was opened in 2017, right?
Yes. This location. Yes. So this has been running for the 6th year now.
Right. Relatively new, and it looks really kept up, well maintained.
Yeah. Now they're really known. They have a few different styles they're really known for. One, they have their Deadhead IPA series. It's kind of an interesting. I mean, the cans look like old Grateful Dead artwork kind of thing. Right. They're all kind of based on that. That's their IPAs. Then they have a Wild Sour series where they have all these different sours. They do make some ciders as well. But the reason we are here, I know Jim would like this. We are here for the Dosvidanya.
Yes.
They make one of the best Russian Imperial Stouts that I think we've had. And they have, each year they have a Dosvidanya Day, and they introduce a bunch of different variants, different flavors, different things like that. Today they had a Dosvidanya Flight that we could get. So it has the original and 3 of the variants. Yep. So it's going to be interesting to see how these are. I have not had these ones. I do see they have like beer coolers up front where you can buy individual bottles and cans, and it looks like they have all of them in there. Right. So we may have to check that out before we leave. So I guess, Jim, if you got anything else you wanted to say.
No, because I remember we'd had like 1 or 2 of these cans before.
Yep.
and they've always tasted really good, but never been able to come to the brewery. So, I mean, this is me quite an experience to try the 4 different variants.
Oh, yeah, for sure. So,
I mean, because it's always been a good beer, really smooth. So,
Yep.
I can't wait to try the different ones with that.
Yep, and it's kind of interesting. I should say it's kind of funny that, we've been able to get at the local beer shop by us in our town is where we've had some of the Dosvidanyas before, or we got them at like a Total Wine, places like that. And then when I realized that it was this close, relatively speaking to where we were, it was like, well, we got to go.
Right.
So yeah, I guess it's enough intro. Let's get into these. So I guess what we'll do first is we are going to start with the original. So this is bourbon barrel aged Russian Imperial Stout, 14.8%. They are going to be, if you're not used to barrel aged Russian Imperial Stouts, it's a big one. You'll know you're drinking something when you get this. Oh yeah.
I mean, I think it's a given, but all of these are very dark in color.
Yes.
Very dark in
very,
color.
very dark. The head is that tannish kind of color. That's good.
That's really good.
That's good.
I mean,
just as your base, without any variant, that is good.
And, I think we've always talked about that the standard setter for this category is, one of almost like Bourbon County.
Yep.
And I think these guys are like right up there.
I think you're right, Jim. Bourbon County, a lot, that is kind of considered by a lot of people to be kind of the pinnacle of a lot of that kind of style. But boy, these guys they're close.
Wow.
The
flavor, the finish is great. There's no bad aftertaste.
Yeah. And then of course, when you get it out of the tap, it's always better.
Yes.
I'm not going to deny that, but wow, it is good.
Yeah, and I think the other good part too is when we walked in, they have a nice cooler that has all this selection for sale too, in bottles and cans.
Oh yeah.
So we're going to be able to taste it. I think we might even be able to take a couple home and enjoy a couple one of these bad days. But boy, this is
that is
a real treat.
That is smooth. I mean, it's definitely not harsh in any way. That is crazy.
Even at 14%, I mean, we've had 10%ers that you can taste a lot more alcohol. At 14%, it is just
exactly
unbelievable.
So, out of the gate, what do you give the base here? I mean, that is,
gosh, now I guess the hard part is we're going to be splitting hairs.
Yeah,
we've got 4. They're going to be on the top end of our rating scale, I believe.
Oh yeah,
and I think it's only going to be just very slight variations. They're going to separate each one of these.
Yep.
So not that it's knocking anything down. But, I mean, maybe like a 4? I mean, I don't know what you think.
I'm all day on a 4 for sure. I mean, it's just a straight Russian Imperial Stout. That flavor is crazy. That is good.
So what are you thinking then?
I'd say a 4 for sure. I mean, I don't have anything bad to say about it. And these are, I should mention to people, these are the 2022 releases. So they came out actually, it was in November timeframe. I think it was November or December that they came out. So this is technically they're the 2022.
Oh,
because they come out at the end of the year.
Yes.
But these are the newest ones that they have. So it is, I'm all day with a 4 on that.
All right.
So I guess which way do we want to go? I guess we can. Should we just we'll do this. The next one that we've got is Black Band Double Barrel. Imperial Stout, first aged in, what is the name of that? Is it in Heaven Hill? Then Black Band Bourbon Barrels. 14.6%. So this one was double barrel aged.
Double barrel.
So that reminds me of some of the Big Bad Baptist beers that we've had where they were double barrel, triple barrel, quadruple barrel. Yeah, you can, there's a different, that's pretty good.
Oh, wow. What's the ABV on that one?
I think it's 14.6.
Wow, that's right up there with the first one.
Oh yeah,
but it doesn't have burn.
It doesn't have that burn. It doesn't have
the aroma is not overly strong. I mean, like some of the beers we've had that try to mask it with sugar.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's not there. I mean, it is very well crafted.
The thing that's crazy is you can kind of pick up on the other barrel. There's that little bit of a different flavor in the beginning compared to the original one.
Right. But nothing, there's no bad finish. I mean, it's smooth.
That is, yeah.
I mean, and again, if you're like any of these heavy craft beers, this would be perfect.
Oh, yeah.
perfect for you.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, they've both been really good.
Oh,
you know,
wow.
it's like you know what I'm saying. You can tell that there's just that little hint of a different flavor, and I'll guarantee it's that other barrel, the other type of whiskey, or bourbon. I apologize, that was in that barrel, and is good.
And again, I'd have to put it in my category, of scary good, because they don't taste anything like the ABV, and you could drink a full. We're only drinking a taster glass.
Yeah. And these come in like the tall, like a pint can. I don't know if you'd want to drink a sixer. You might not remember a lot of things later on, but
it's definitely.
Boy, that is good.
It's one of those scary good ones that tastes good going down. It does not have any.
I think there's some of those that it would sneak up on you. Where you're not realizing that you're getting tipsy until all of a sudden it's too late.
Until it's like right there.
Yeah. So I guess on the score, what do you think? I mean.
Well, I'd have to probably go like a 4.1. I mean, I think it's better than the first one.
I think you're right. That other, was it the Heaven Hill barrel? It gave just that little bit different flavor, and I think it did kind of move it up a notch. So 4.1, 4.2, 4.1 is good.
Is that 4.1?
Yeah, 4.1 is good.
All right, we got 2 down.
All right. Next one we have is Cherry Cordial Rye, and it says rye whiskey barrel aged imperial stout with cacao nibs, tart cherries, and vanilla. And this one is 13.6. So it's a little bit, this is the little brother, apparently, of the other ones.
Drop down.
So this should have, so the rye is going to definitely have a little different flavor.
Right.
But then with the tart cherries and vanilla, it's kind of, I'm curious to see how it goes.
How they get it all blended together.
Wow.
Well, I can smell the vanilla. I can smell.
You can, I was expecting a way more tart. It's not bad at all.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
That's impressive.
The vanilla
just smooths out the cherries.
Exactly. Wow. That's crazy.
That is
crazy.
Smooth.
You get the rye is, you can taste a little difference in that compared to the normal one. But
again, we've had some rye barrel aged bourbon or beers before, and it's just like that bitter, but this is not bitter. This is
exactly.
I mean, this is a good for rye aged beer. I mean, that vanilla. They did a phenomenal job. I'm like that. This of the group that we're having today, and this is the one I was most apprehensive about, just because it said rye. But I mean,
and it is tart cherry, because we've had some tart cherry stouts before. Cherry stouts that are way tart. This is not. I mean, you get
that vanilla. Just
that vanilla
smooth.
Totally.
It's almost like the frosting they put on the cake, because it kind of covers it. But I mean, it is a very good flavor.
Exactly. Dang, that is something. Cherry Cordial Rye. So
wow.
They have not disappointed at all.
Wow, these 3 have been
that is
over
amazing.
The top.
Oh yeah, for sure. And it's I don't know. I like you said, I think that vanilla is the perfect amount of vanilla to knock the tartness of the cherry down. You get a little bit of tartness, but it's very faint.
Right, it's just the right flavor.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because they balance each other out perfectly, and they do the rye. Just, I mean, they've got the perfect balance.
Oh, for sure.
Across to that.
For sure. I mean, that is good. Wow. That's crazy good. I don't know. Like you said, that's the one that we were kind of, we'll try it.
We were, because the rye, I mean, because we've had some but we haven't really had one of this level.
No. And for me, it wasn't really the rye, but I just thought, oh boy, is it going to be really tart?
Right.
But boy, it is not. So, man, I'm like 4.3.
Okay.
Possibly. Yeah. I mean, I think that is a good beer. I'm getting thirsty. So we are on to the last one, and this is the Mexican Chocolate. Bourbon barrel aged imperial stout with cacao nibs, cinnamon, and chilies. And this is a 15%. So this is the higher of the 4. So let's, now this one actually, I think one of the first ones that we got at the beer shop was the Mexican Chocolate, but from, I think it was a couple of years ago when they first brought it in. So ittle be interesting to see how it compares. Oh yeah, you can smell the cinnamon. Oh yeah.
Well, it smells.
Wow. Yeah, just when you're sitting there with the aftertaste, the chilies come in a little bit after you've swallowed, you're sitting there, it comes in a little bit. The heat is not bad at all.
No.
But you get the chili flavor. The cinnamon pairs with that really good. Yeah. Wow.
What's the ABV?
This 15%. So this one's higher than the other ones, and there's no way I would have never guessed it was 15.
I mean, it's so smooth. I mean, and they're not using anything sweet to cover it up.
No.
The actual flavors that they use to brew the beer is what's
right.
I mean, it is, again, very well balanced all the way around.
Wow. I tell you what, they nailed these. I mean, that is crazy. Like I said, just the way the cinnamon plays off of the chili, and you think all of these basically started with the first one that we had.
Right.
Here's your base, and then they do different things from there. Yeah, that is crazy just how different these ones taste, and there was not a dud in the bunch. I mean, this is crazy good.
No, it's amazing that we find 4 beers of this quality, of this style.
Yeah.
Because usually, one brewer focuses on one beer and just sticks with it and does it only.
Yep.
Here, I mean, they've got 4 variations that are...
Well, and if you noticed in the cooler, they have more than just 4, but they had 4 on tap.
Right.
Is all. But they have all those other ones. So that's why we got to check out what's in there and see what they got.
Yeah,
because it's like, wow. I mean, if these ones are that good, how are these other ones going to be? Because some of them I saw are in bottles as well. Some of the special edition type ones.
Okay, right.
And then they have the cans with the other ones. So, boy, what do you think on this one? I mean, this is up there too. I mean, this is good.
I mean, you think it's a 4.2, 4.3?
I think so. I think it's I'd say 4.3
all day long.
All day long, I think. And now again, granted, we are a little biased towards because we have rated. Oh my gosh, it's probably I bet you 600, 700, 800 different barrel aged beers that are double digit in ABV. But I also think that kind of helps us
differentiate,
know what we're looking for,
right?
And you can taste the differences, more so than some people would. Yeah. Wow, that is crazy. So normally we have one more beer to go that we got for this, and it's actually not a Dosvidanya, so it's going to be interesting. Right. But this one is a Nitro beer, and it was Moon Jumper Nitro Milk Stout. And I apologize, we don't have the information in front of us for this one. But of these, I want to talk about these 4 first, because we normally go through and say which ones were our favorites, and boy, this is going to be splitting hairs.
Yeah.
Honestly, of those 4, I mean, how did you see it? How would you put them in order? And again, folks, you think, the lowest rated one was a 4.
Yep.
So I mean, this is really splitting hairs.
I think, and again, I don't think I've ever said this before, but I think the rye was actually my favorite because that vanilla flavor, they had just the right balance of the vanilla and the cherry.
Yep.
I think that was my number 1, and then the Mexican chocolate was number 2, and I think that the double
band.
That was number 3. I mean, and
what's funny is it's exactly the way I was going. I was just like, I hate to say it, but that cherry cordial, I think, even though I think we gave them both, I think we gave them a 4.3.
Yes.
But between the two, I think I just really enjoyed that the vanilla and the cherry just fraction more than I did the Mexican chocolate, which is,
I think
either way you go, any of these, you would be happy.
I think if you were a mechanic, you'd be using a micrometer to separate the difference.
Exactly.
Because it's so close on these.
That is just crazy. I mean, that is the hardest one I think we've ever had.
The closest.
Yes. Yeah.
Because we've never actually had a flight.
We've never had a flight where all of them. We had a flight where we had like one that was a 4. Yeah. And these started at a 4.
Right.
So it's very Destihl. All I can say is way to go. You guys know what you're doing.
Well worth the stop.
And keep it going. I mean, we will definitely be back here again. And hopefully sometime in the summer we can be down so we can sit out on the patio. And
well, the good thing is if this was their 22 version, we can always come back to 23 and get
23, 24. Exactly. And they do have the day that they introduce these, they have a Dosvidanya day. Here at the brewery. And I believe you buy a ticket, and then your ticket does cover all the variants.
Okay.
You get like lunch, you get into their tasting. I think they take you into, I don't remember if it's the barrel room or there's another room where it's like a tasting room, and you get to try, I don't remember if you try all of the different variants, because I believe there's 7 or 8 total variants.
Oh, wow.
That they have. And I can't remember what, I saw it online, and I can't remember what it said. So we're going to, one of these, we'll have to try and figure out how we can get down here to do that.
The 23 versions, though.
The 23 versions, yes. The next year, this coming years.
The next iteration.
It's in November or December. I don't remember the exact day or the month that it comes out, but we'll keep an eye on it because, for sure, that would be cool.
Wow.
So yeah, like I said, congratulations, Destihl. You guys did a good job. All right, I guess we can check out
number 5.
This next one here, which is the Nitro version of Moon Jumper, I believe is what it was called, and it is a milk stout that was on Nitro. So this should be,
and you can tell right away it's got the very, very tiny bubbles. Kind of gives it away right off the bat.
Wow. I feel bad for this one because we went from these to that, and I don't want to try and compare that to the Dosvidanya because it's two separate styles, two very different ones. That is good.
That's very smooth.
I mean, that one, you could drink a number of them.
Right, it's smooth.
And the Nitro smooths that out. The flavor is very nice.
Finish is great. There's no aftertaste.
Exactly.
I mean, you can tell right away the tiny bubbles in there just make it.
And when we got it, it did have where, it was cascading up. And
so almost like a black and tan. It was a way to separate.
Or like if you ever had a Guinness when they pour it, how it takes that little bit of time for the Nitro to work its way up.
Yep.
And I'm sorry, that is pretty cool.
Yeah.
I still get a kick out of when you're watching going, because you're just anticipating, the goodness is coming. That's good. And it's like I said, it's a milk stout. It's a lower ABV.
Yep.
So I mean, again, taking nothing away from that. It's I like it. I mean, it's very good. It's in a different style, different kind of class.
Right. Than these first four.
Than the Dosvidanya. Dosvidanyas they're in a class of their own. I mean, they're up there on the
way up.
If you want to call it world class. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I put these up against the Goose Islands. Yeah. I put it up against a lot of different ones because that is very good.
And the number one thing that I look at is it's higher alcohol, but it doesn't taste like higher alcohol. And for me, that's a challenge all of itself because we had a lot of beers, so many beers that they're trying to cover that higher alcohol. But
they put way too sweet. And getting back to like the cherry cordial one, that's what I was kind of worried about was that they were going to try and cover up the high ABV with too much cherry flavor, and they didn't do that at all.
And it still doesn't. I mean, the aroma is not high alcohol. The taste is not no burn. I mean, if there's a craft brewer that's out there, they need to emulate the way they're doing.
Oh my gosh! If you want to see a done right series of beers, these guys come here and check out their Dosvidanya.
They know what they're doing.
For sure, they know what they're doing. We should get back to the Moon Jumper, I guess. We've talked about Dosvidanya for a while. But so the Moon Jumper, I like it. I mean, I think it's a whole different style.
Right. Yep.
You could drink a number of them, honestly. And man, for stars, I'd still say it's probably a 3.4, 3.3, 3.4.
Yeah, and I think the only thing that I'm maybe a little touch off on the flavor. That's the only thing that I could as a drawback to it. I was looking for a little bit more. I don't know. I mean, that's the only thing I'd say.
I'd agree with you. It does have, so probably like a 3.3.
Yeah.
It was just funny because if we'd have had this in some of the other flights that we've had, this would have been king all day long.
Right.
But when we compare it to what we had earlier, it is definitely a step down. But
it's not bad. It's not offensive. No,
not at all.
You can drink this. It's just, we're nitpicking. Just everybody out there just listening knows what we're trying them, and hopefully that you'll want to go out and try them as well.
Exactly. They had a couple, I think at least one or two other on Nitro. So, I mean, the thing that surprises, or I shouldn't say surprised me, but is really cool is they have a lot of beers on tap.
Yes, they do.
That you can try. And they'll give you a little sample just to see if you want it. And then, they have got stuff for everybody.
Well, and I think it was great because, a lot of times we go to the breweries and they have like a little paddle that is cut out and it's 4 or 5 for a flight. Well, when we asked them about a flight and she turns her little menu board to us and says, well, we have the Dosvidanya flight is our special. So they even have a little,
and it looks like
little tray.
It came in like a little, I don't even know what you want to call it, almost like a baking pan. It's kind of what it looks like, and it's got, they had inside there, they have like a piece of paper that had Dosvidanya, the logo on it, and then it had the little information on the 4 that were in that flight. And they do have some other flights that are of special. I don't think that you can get just any flight.
Right.
Any beers. I think that different times they have flights that they offer.
Right.
And such. And Dosvidanya, though, I believe is one that they do offer a lot.
Right.
The first time I was here, they had a Dosvidanya flight. So I tried that. And then they had the Deadhead flight. And that was the IPAs.
Okay.
And that one surprised me as well because their IPAs are very good. They have a hazy IPAs, regular IPAs. They have a wide range of the different IPAs in that series. I didn't see that on the what was available today, though.
Right.
But
and you can buy the individual taster glasses full of, that size. That's only a 4-ounce glass.
Correct. So you can buy some of those, but it's like actual flights. They had four different ones available today. I'm pretty sure Dosvidanya is one they always have, because I will guarantee a lot of people come here just for that. And you should. If you're ever near Normal, Illinois, make sure to stop by Destihl, because this place is one of the most impressive craft breweries we've ever been to. Wouldn't you say? I mean, it
is over the top.
I'm pretty sure the breweries that were at yesterday, and now the first one, Bent River, was like their tasting room. So they actually brew in a different location, where here they brew at this location, and they have their tasting room and such here, their tap room. The second bar, that place we were at, that Rebellion, that could fit inside here. You could fit both of them inside of here and still have room.
Plenty of room.
So this is just amazing. Like I said, and we're sitting here looking through the window at the brewing process, and you look, where we're at, to the one side of us is brewing. To the back of where I'm sitting is more brewing. And to the right is their barrel room, which I would love to sneak in the barrel room just to see what that smells like.
Get a sniff of that.
Yeah. So it is, there's other breweries that I think really know what they're doing when it comes to barrel aging.
Right.
And I think Destihl is right there. I mean, Destihl, Goose Island, Central Waters. I think those in the upper Midwest, those guys know what they're doing. Because if you know that they come up with a barrel aged beer, it is going to be good.
Right, for sure.
And yeah, I mean, I put these guys right up there. So yeah, I guess I don't know what else to say, Jim.
I think this is good. I think we're ready to go back.
We're gonna go check out the food now.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's going to be just like the beer. I mean, it's going to be extremely good. So again, Destihl Brewing, Normal, Illinois. Make sure at some point you stop by, because you are not going to believe the facility.
You won't be disappointed at all.
Exactly. The beer is amazing. The food looks amazing. So we're going to go try some. And yeah, I guess. You got anything else? I mean,
stop by, check it out.
Exactly. And once again, Destihl, congratulations, man. You guys, you knocked it out of the park, and I'm sure you're going to keep doing it. And we will for sure be back. So, all right, I guess.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right, man. Until next week, have a good time. Thank you for listening to the Northwoods Beer Guy podcast. If you have a question, a comment, or a beer you'd like us to review, please feel free to send us a message at northwoodsbeerguy@gmail.com. You can also find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. If you're on Untappd, look up Northwoods Beer Guy and send a friend request. Until next week, I hope all your campfires are warm and all your beer is cold.